So over a decade of working with some of the best advisors in the nation and hearing all the different sales processes from all across the country, I've noticed there's one thing that runs through all the great advisors' sales processes. It's what they do at the start of every single meeting. It doesn't matter if it's a first meeting, a 15-minute phone call, second or third meeting, or fifth meeting, whatever it is. They do this at every single beginning of a meeting. But the thing is, it's called different. We might hear it differently from stage or when an advisor is sharing their sales process, we might hear it called different, but it's the same exact thing. So I'll run through a few of these ideas or the way that they're called. So you probably have heard these things. You got to make sure you set the expectation at the beginning of the meeting. You might need to get the upfront contract at the beginning of the meeting. You need to lay the track out so the prospect knows where you're headed. Or you just need to show the agenda of your full sales process. All of these terms, right, those four things that I just mentioned to you, are saying the same exact thing. At the beginning of every meeting, you need to make sure you get that buy-in from the prospect, but you also have to lay the track out, set the expectation, show the agenda of what you're trying to accomplish. Because if you don't, their walls are up. It doesn't matter if it's the first meeting or the third meeting. If you're not showing them what you're trying to accomplish and how you're going to help them, but then also get their buy-in at the very beginning of the meeting, their walls are up, they don't know when the decision's coming, and they don't know where you're actually headed together in this partnership. And so that's why you have to set the expectation. You have to get the upfront contract at the very beginning. Tell them, hey, if this is the first meeting, tell them, hey, today we're just going to get together. We're going to get together. We're going to get to know each other. I don't really know if I can really help you, but we're going to go through some questions to get to know each other and see if I really can. Today, you really don't have to make much more of a decision unless besides the fact that it doesn't make sense for us to meet again. At the end of the second meeting, if it makes sense for us to go to a second meeting, at the end of that meeting is when we'll really decide, does it make sense for us to work together? And you can walk through that however you want. I did that really quickly, but I set the expectation that they don't need to make any sort of decision until the end of the second meeting. That lowers the wall down, and you're getting that contract with them and saying, is that okay? Is that fair? Yes, of course that's fair. Boom, you lowered that wall down. They could relax a little bit, knowing that they don't have to make a decision here in this first meeting. You do the same thing in the second meeting, the third meeting. You relay back to the first meeting. This is what we covered. Hey, remember, we're going to make a decision at the end of this meeting whether it makes sense for us to work together. You remember that? Does that sound fair? Yes. You're getting that upfront contract. You're showing the agenda. You're laying the track out. They all mean the same thing, but you got to make sure you do that at the beginning of every meeting. Have a great day.